everybody. Welcome to
Like,
Monster Monday. It is the 24th of March. Another beautiful day as I try to trick you into thinking I was in my office, but it's not very good because my digital head makes some of my hair appear, reappear. Not not the best, but I'm not in my office. I'm on the road, and that is what it is. So how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I
You're
am
doing
home.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually in your state. I haven't got a chance to see you, but I'm in your state. I don't know. I'm still a long ways away from you, but I'm in your state, and I've been here since I don't know when I got here, Thursday night, and
Wednesday.
it was cold one of the nights I was here. Thursday night, maybe Friday night. I don't know what it was,
Yeah.
but I got up. It was Friday night because I got up Saturday morning and I thought, man, I'm gonna go for a walk. It's nice out, but I'm not going for a walk if it's like 15 degrees. And I pulled up to my weather app and opened it up, and it was 14 degrees. I'm like, to hell with this. So it looked really nice at the window of my friend's house. So that was good. So I just pulled over, stopped to do the video tonight and be all good. So
Nice.
anything new with you this weekend? Anything exciting?
Nothing too exciting. My mom's been in and out of the hospital, so that's what I've been trying to deal with. So things are better
Yeah.
now. So
Yeah. How
yeah,
is she? All right.
she's doing better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
yeah.
Yeah, I had the same issue. They had
I heard.
some family had to go to the hospital, and so back to the hospital, and I came back for a couple funerals. So I'm in town for I had a funeral on Friday and a funeral on today on Monday. So and
Mhm.
then in the middle I had some family that was in the hospital, and it hasn't been the best trip home, but it also hasn't been a total shit show either. It's all right. So got to see some old friends. I was at a
Good.
funeral on Friday, and had five friends of mine in a picture together. They were all guys that were in my wedding, and the last time the five of us were in the same room at the same time was that wedding. So
Oh,
I thought that was kind of crazy when we started thinking about it, like how long it had been, 32 years since we were in the same room at the same time. And some of us live a little further away now, and but for a long time we all lived in the same general area, but we were never at the same place at the same time. I thought that was kind of crazy. Always missing somebody, you know. I just think that's weird how that can work out, and how you can live within 10 miles of each other and not be five buddies, and not be in the
yeah.
same place at the same time. Always had somebody missing, and who knows, could be wrong and something like that, but it was still good. So, it was fun, and it was such a crazy weekend because I came here to Minnesota to take care of that stuff, but around the country there was such cool stuff going on, and
There
I hate
was.
I hate missing out on things. And Gavin had his big weekend in Texas, and the Monsters, Brandy and Selena went over to see Jackson and in Virginia. So, oh, excuse me, I was a long ways away, and I was like trying to live vicariously through everybody. So it was pretty awesome. But I
Yeah.
was really proud of I was really proud of all the monsters that rose up and took care of things. I told Twister, "You're going to have to talk in front of everybody and do your thing," and told Mandy the same thing, and Hopper, but they really did it, and they did a great job. So it was a lot of fun, watching that from afar. And it's so weird for me to be on the viewing end of things, where
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
watching
I
things
bet it is.
happen from this side of the camera instead of being on the other side of the camera, being nervous about, trying to come up with what to say and how to say it. So Hopper did a great job. Twister did a great job, talking and covering that stuff, and Iceman and Chase, who, I forgot to mention before, Chase got a new, road name, Snapshot, before, and he really was stepping it up because he posted some pictures, and his pictures are just awesome. He's got a knack for catching the moment, and there were some great pictures Gavin's weekend that Chase took that I really really thought was awesome. And then one of the highlights of the whole thing was the goat gave a speech.
Yeah.
And that was so badass. Like, I remember talking in front of people as a younger guy, and I couldn't hardly do it, talk in front of people. And I was at a play when I was a kid, and it was just like the stress of leading up to it. I could, I was about ready to pass out from it, but the goat really rose to the occasion. Yeah, he talked more than they did. And, he really rose up, and for a kid that age to give a speech
Yeah.
in front of, there had to be a few hundred people in that room. I don't know for sure, but there's a lot of people in that room, and that was really badass for him to do that. So goat man, I'm really proud of you. That was really, really cool that you could do such a thing. So that was pretty neat. Did you get to catch all those clips and all that good stuff?
I haven't caught up to everything yet with everything that's been going on with me. I'm still trying to catch up with everything on Facebook, and I gotta see. I saw the painting, and I saw the painting that they
Yeah.
raffled off and that, but I haven't caught up on everything. So I need to. I knew they said there was like 800. He was saying he was thinking there'd be like 20 people there, and there was like 800.
800. 800 people is a
I
lot
can't
of
even
people
imagine.
to talk in front of. I remember when my wife gave a speech in front of a bunch of people, and I'm just like dumbfounded how, like, I was like, I'd never stand up there and talk in front of anybody like that. And, so you're 10 years old talking about, giving a speech about that is epic to say the least. And then Gavin donated a painting, and he donates that painting, and they auction that off, and that painting sold for $5,000. So that, I don't even know how to put that into words. That was so cool. So that was just what a weekend, and they did an interview with Crit, and that is Gavin's, the research place, or the therapy place, sorry, that Gavin goes to down in San Antonio, but it's very big and all through Mexico, and they have a telethon every year. Last year, Hop and Twister and I were on the telethon. Well, this year it happened to be the same weekend he was getting his buck awarded to him at that banquet. So he was in Texas. So they did a little bit for it, and they pieced that together for the telethon. And that was an incredible 10-minute video. So about his ride for the year. And, the whole thing was just next level. So anybody who hasn't got a chance to watch that 10-minute video, watch that, because I think they did a great job of piecing together our ride last year through 12, 13 days, whatever it was, 23 states, 6,000 plus miles. So it was really cool. I thought they did a great job with it. So that was pretty badass. So the goat had a great weekend, and he just got home from being out of town at the Lego house. So that kid hasn't had a break for 4 weeks straight, 5 weeks, whatever it's been, of just every weekend he's got something epic going on. So, it was really, really awesome. So all the monsters involved with Gavin's big weekend, man, I can't thank you enough. I'm really proud of everybody, proud of Gavin for rising up and speaking like that. But, Hopper filling in, Twister, Iceman, Wrong Way. I mean, everybody was there. Chad Mandy. It was just so cool to see. And I haven't even got caught up on all the pictures because I was super, super busy, and I wasn't planning on spending so much time where my phone hardly worked inside of a hospital. And then all day today at a funeral that I was at, that phone didn't work inside of the church. So I had a lot of family that I got to see. So it was a lot of fun. Just a busy, very emotional weekend for me, between Gavin's things, the Jackson, and the funerals I was at, the hospital I had to spend some time at. Emotional. I feel like a train wreck. Like I just need to step back and take a nap for about 72 hours or something, but it was all good. But, and Jackson, those guys that rode over there, Selena was going to go over there. So I asked, if she could deliver some things, because we have the coins that we give the kids, the hero coins, and they have to be handed to the kids by somebody. So I knew they were going there, and I actually thought ahead for one of the rare times I didn't just wing something, and mailed her the stuff. So Selena, thank you. I think Selena's on here. So Selena, thank you for delivering that. She delivered the coin, and they had the great time at Jackson. And the look in his eyes, you know, he was just fired up that those monsters were there and motorcycles were there. Robert was there, and it was just super cool to see, you know, the joy in his eyes. So, and it's hard to put that into words, but that's what makes everything we do so worthwhile, is that 2 seconds, 5 seconds, a minute, whatever it is, of just raw emotion you can capture at the right moment. So that was pretty awesome. So everybody that went down to Jackson to visit him and to deliver his coin and his goodies and his flag and some other fun stuff, you know, that was awesome. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for filling in for me while I was gone in Minnesota doing this. So it really works out good. It's like coming full circle. I don't have to be at everything. We got so many cool people from
Yeah.
coast to coast. It's just awesome to step back and just enjoy it. So that's pretty badass. So that was my weekend. Did I miss anything that was going on? You know, that was so epic, because I'm still, like I say, I'm still getting caught up. And Twister said there was something that crit or at the that happened later that I haven't even seen yet. So I don't even know what that was. So I got to get into checking all of it out.
That I'm not sure. I'll have to. I know Jackson was. Melissa was wishing she would have had a camera on when they put Jackson on the motorcycle. She said he squealed and he didn't want to get off the bike, and it was.
That's
wish
awesome.
She said,
I'm
"I
gonna,
wish I'd had the camera going."
yeah, I'm gonna take a weekend or during the week. I'm gonna take a ride down there when we get some nice weather, and my bike will be set up for a little guy, and we can put him on there and, you know, take him for a ride, and
Mhm.
it'll be pretty cool. So that'll
She
be
said he
fun.
needs a helmet. I know,
Yeah,
but he
that's
wants to be a biker. So.
yeah. So do I. So I'm working on it myself. So that'll be good. And you know, like, this is revving the engine. Like when we made the Goats movie and the goat revved the
Yeah.
engine in the movie, that was so awesome. Like, and it's something about that part of your brain just loves that stuff. And you know, grown men rev the engines, kids rev it. Everybody loves the sound of a Harley. That's what makes a Harley so cool. So
Yes.
it was really cool. But we'll get Jackson a helmet. I'll get that taken care of. I'll have one set up for him and be all good to go. So I would guess he's a youth small for a size, and I think smaller medium. Maybe I'll have mom, if you're watching, measure his head. All you gotta do is the circumference of the head right here, measure that and tell me how many inches that is, and it'll be good enough. That's give you a ballpark. It can be a little big, so he'll grow right into it. And we'll have get a helmet set up for him. If he wants to ride, we'll have him set up like we do the goat's first helmet. We had it all stickered up and you know, custom made stickers I put on there. It's pretty easy to do, so that'll be a lot of fun. So
That'd be nice.
that'll be good. But he listens to some music. I'm not sure that I'll be able to find on mine. That, what's his name, Kendrick or whatever.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. So I don't know. I did figure out how to get the stereo to work on my bike. All figured out now, and I got it where you can run the music to the helmet or put on the speakers. So if we're
Oh, you
listening
could
to
just
some,
let him hear
yeah, so
it.
if we're listening to some questionable music, I can just push a button and it'll be passenger into the speakers, and you know, I don't have to listen to it. So I think that'll be
That's
pretty good. So
that's a pretty good
uh
idea.
and if I have Kendrick playing, I don't know, maybe that'll make for a good video, as he's all happy and he'll be all giddy, and I'll be riding down the road on cruise control like this, you know, steering the bike like that, and he'll be on the back like screaming and yelling and having a good old time.
Be good.
Yep. So that's all good. But that was a great time. I had a great weekend watching all the excitement. So I was just pretty epic to see that. So
There was
great.
a lot of stuff going on.
God, there's so much
Yeah.
stuff going on. I don't know. You probably have more stuff for me that I didn't even see yet. So it was hard to
Yeah,
follow along.
Alfie's in Disneyland in Paris.
What?
Alfie is at
Oh,
Disneyland in Paris.
oh, I saw that picture. I saw
Yeah.
that picture today, and I thought it was see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I was so busy and I was in a church that didn't work. And then I saw that picture on Facebook when I got in the car. And this was just not even that long ago.
Wasn't very
And
long ago.
yeah, so I saw the picture. I thought that was like an old picture because I knew he wasn't in the States. I forgot about them having a Disney, and
I didn't know they had Disney in Paris, but I asked for news, and his news was that he got a scooter, and he's pretty ecstatic about his scooter. But right now they're in Disney are in Paris for a couple days at Disneyland. So they're enjoying that.
That's
So
so funny. Like I go to Paris,
that
and the last thing I think about is Disneyland.
I
You know,
would not
so
think of Disneyland if I went to Paris, but
yeah,
they're
exactly.
all I
But
think they're having a good time.
that's really cool.
I think he's with
So
some of his cousins and that. So yeah.
yeah, I saw the picture. I just didn't realize that was right now.
Yeah.
I thought they just put an old picture up when they went to Disney in these states. You know, I didn't even put it
Yeah.
together that they were in Paris. So that's kind of funny. So
So he's
I'm with
been busy too. He had his game, his soccer game, was it last week or
yeah.
whatever? And now this, and yeah,
He's on
just
cloud nine too.
he is.
Yeah,
That
I
he
tell
is.
you what, man, we encourage these kids to live their best life, but those damn kids don't slow down at all.
They
They're
don't.
living their best life every day, like
I know.
making the crap I get to do now look pretty weak.
I know. I'm like, geez, when am I gonna get mine? I've been home every day.
Yeah, and this place sucks,
It does.
14 degrees. It's like it's the end
Oh
of
my,
March and it's cold here.
it is.
Like I was dressed for a funeral, so that's not bundled up, and I was cold. I was out the cemetery, and I'm like, woo, shivering, and people are giving me a hard time, you know. And I said, hey, I've been gone a long time, man. I'm not acclimated to this stuff, so it's pretty good.
That's funny.
Evidently, I just see my wife like that's my son was to ride for there. Like I don't ever remember being there, so she must have taken the kids to Disney Paris when I wasn't there. I don't really even know. So
Interesting. I was wondering what she meant by that. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. She must have taken the kids to Disney Paris without me. Either that or that was back when Riot drank a bit too
And
much.
didn't remember.
I don't recall that trip, I guess.
That happens.
It used to happen a lot, but yeah, and this is the truth too. Why Minnesota's are crabby, like Misty. I don't know about that. Misty's usually in a pretty good
I'm
mood,
not
but
crabby.
you know, I'd be crabby too. I'd be crabby too if I had to stay inside until April. That just sucks. No
We'll
thanks.
be lucky if it's April.
At this pace, it won't be April. It's going to be May.
No, it'll be May.
And I had fully planned to buy a truck while I was here. So that was kind of funny because I came here on a plane and I was going to buy a truck. Well, the problem is the truck I was going to buy wasn't for sale. It was just a truck I liked that my best friend owns. And I told him I was going to buy it or steal it. So you could either take a check or collect insurance.
Oh,
And so I haven't dialed that in yet. So
so you didn't get it yet.
not yet. But that was pretty funny because I sent his wife a text that I was here to buy the truck, and she goes, "The truck's not for sale." I said, I don't know what to tell you, but I like your truck, and it's got the
Want
right
to
amount of
buy it.
miles. It's worth what I want to pay. So I'm still working on it. I have until tomorrow before my flight, so I might still get a truck.
Well, good luck.
Okay, good. I was not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not one of those blackout moments.
Yeah, I was like, man, did I go to Disney Paris and totally miss and forget that whole thing? So that was pretty good. But I did find a four-wheeler while I was in town. I bought a four-wheeler, hunting four-wheeler. So come the bash in September, I'll have a four-wheeler there. So, amongst other things, we can take the kids and do a little four-wheeling. So that'll be kind of fun. So my buddy Daryl took me down to Red Wing and we scored that four-wheeler. So that was a highlight of my fun was other than going to the bar after the funeral, we went to down to southern Minnesota and picked up a cool four-wheeler. So that was kind of fun. But I wanted to ride it and play around, but it was too cold for that. So that was it. So, but we'll take the kids on that. There'll be some four-wheelers there. I was talking to a lot of people this weekend about that bash. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
That's going to be a blast.
Yep, I think it's going to be pretty cool. I hope there's a big turnout from all the Minnesota people. So we'll have to keep pounding that. And next up we got the Geo Hunt. So go to the website, sign up for all the goodies that we have there. We got events, the Geo Hunt, all that stuff. But the Geo Hunt is the next big thing. So that's what I'm going to focus on. And that starts, the books go out April 1st, which is right around the corner now. And it starts April 7th. So get ready for that. Get people, anybody you know, to sign up and get ready to find your golden ticket. Because once you find that golden coin, like Willy Wonka, then come the party, you're going to be eligible for some cool prizes. And plus, it's just going to be fun to go out and hunt for those coins and watch people as they travel and take pictures of where they're at and show the kids, all of the country and the places you've been while you're looking. Even if you get a strike or strike out and don't find one, on the hunt will be fun, where you think it is and trying to piece it together. And once you figure it out, racing to it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's going to be a good time.
That'll be cool.
But what do you got for else going on? I know the kids, you already covered 3 of them. So
covered most of them. Jack is enjoying the nicer weather and getting out playing with boys. And he has a couple appointments this week. So things are going to be busy for him.
Imagine
Jack
that.
will have a busy week.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. And Drew started his new meds today. So prayers to Drew for, that things go well and doesn't have any issues with that.
And that's the meds that they were fighting to get on, correct?
It was the med. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got to fight. That's been months. So congratulations, Drew, on getting that fight and getting that stuff dialed in so you can get it. So,
he didn't give up. They had to jump through quite a few hoops, but
it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all, but I could do a show on the amount of times I've been pissed off on things I don't understand. So,
yeah. And the reasonings they have for it. And it's like,
it's nonsense. People get online and argue about politics, get online and argue about things that make sense. Like, why kids can't get treatments and why they have to pay this nonsense and all that stuff, and maybe people argue about it, get more people calling senators and congressmen and representatives and all that good stuff, insurance companies, and make some actual changes that matter instead of arguing about stupid stuff. So another story. All right. Sorry.
Another story, another time. We covered Gavin, pretty much covered that one. I was going to talk about his painting and his awesome weekend riding motorcycle with the monsters. You did that. Turbo spent Saturday in the park celebrating 3 Aries birthdays, one being his mom. His mom's birthday's not yet, but she's an Aries, so they're celebrated that on Saturday. Looked like they had a good time and they had great weather.
They always have great weather. That's what I hate about his pictures. I told to blur his background because I get so jealous of it. Always being sunny and 65, sunny and 75, sunny and 85. Oh, we got cruddy weather. It rained one day. Yeah. That's it.
But it was still probably 65.
Yeah, exactly. Still nice.
Exactly. We talked about Jackson. Brody's done with spring break. He's back in school. He's going to be starting state testing coming up. Otherwise, no big news for Brody.
Awesome. And I think there's some people, I think they're still planning on going to see him as well. And I did not think ahead enough to get them the coins to deliver. So we'll have to do that at a later date. So maybe I'll throw them on my bike and deliver them myself when I go to Oklahoma in a few weeks. So I don't know. I only think ahead and plan things out once a month, and I use it on Jackson. So sorry, Brody.
Nicole just had to throw in that it was 74 on Sunday. So.
Yeah, she might get blocked. That's how you get a block on the monster pages. If I'm sitting in freezing weather in the cold and you're going to talk about being 74 and sunny, like you catch a 5-day block.
I can see it's what is it here? It's 36 right now. So it's pretty
not bad.
Warm
It was windy
bad.
and cold.
Yeah,
it was windy though, man. It was that no thanks.
Very windy. Crazy Ladies are on day 83. I don't want to forget to say that. 83.
That means we're 83 days into this new year already. We should start doing a countdown to when the bash is. That's what I should start doing, is a countdown to our events.
Greg is doing that on last Wednesday.
Perfect. He's got that. I'll put
he's got it all plugged in, but I don't remember. Find out Wednesday what day we're on. But
yeah, well, the Crazy Ladies are killing it, and one of the Crazy Ladies was down with Jackson, so that was pretty cool.
Star was there. Yeah, that was cool.
Awesome. Yeah, Jackson's met both Crazy Ladies. So that's pretty good. Yeah, 74 in Texas. Y'all need to come there. I really do need to get south. I don't know what I do up in the north. That's just crazy. All right. What else you got for me?
That's all I have.
That's all? Perfect.
Mhm.
That's good. Well, it was pretty light on everything else other than what the kids got going on. And
Oh yeah, they had tons going on, but everybody saw it. I think, I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
that's awesome. But that's a big weekend when
that
you can do that
is
kind of stuff. And that banquet, with Gavin getting his deer.
dear.
I was there when he shot that deer, and I don't care what anybody's take is on hunting or anything like that. That was just an epic moment. And for him to get that deer that day, I wish I could have been there when he got the deer handed to him. And it was, because it was so cool, but I was there when he shot it. So I'm going to take that. So,
There you
that was one of the highlights of all of the hunting I've ever done in my life. So I think that was pretty cool. And to get $5,000 for his painting, like that's next level. And auction that stuff off, and it was just pretty cool. Like, and Iceman's talking about that deer, the how impressive it was, and it was just the whole thing is so cool. Like, you get to go on the hunt, and then they bring him on stage, and they give him the mounted deer for his room, and he gives a speech. I could just be awesome. Yeah, and that was the time that when we were hunting, when Gavin farted on me. I think
go.
sometimes he really gets more of joy out of when bad things happen to Riot than he does off of whatever we were there
Sometimes
to
I
do.
believe that.
Yeah, exactly. Something happens that's more entertaining. So that's all good. But I'm gonna stop being chatty Cathy because we can wrap it up in under half an hour, which is that's like a pretty good victory, don't you think, Dylan?
That's
Yeah,
very
that's
good.
victory. So that's good. Good luck with mom and
Thank you.
her issues. I hope that goes
You
well.
too.
It's not easy as we get older and our parents get older and have to
It's
have
just struggle.
have to deal with that. So it's pretty rough, and I got to see my dad today. He was up here for the same funeral, so it was fun to see him. He spoke at the funeral, and my dad's always a really good speaker. And today, when he was talking at the funeral, he he broke up a little bit like I do so many times. And I haven't seen my dad do that very often. He always managed to keep it together. So I talked to him afterwards, and he's like, "Yeah, that was just hard, when it's an emotional time." And I said,
Mhm.
"Tell me about it. I could write a book on that, And I used to try not to let emotions get in the way, and I just kind of like, no, I ain't stopping it, so I don't even care, you know, whatever. I don't care what anybody thinks. So it was good, but my dad did a great job. So I don't think he's watching because I think he's still up there with family. But if he is watching, he did a great job. He always does a good job. So it's kind of cool. Always proud to hang out with him and say that's my dad. So that was kind of fun. But that's it. Gavin, it's bedtime. Twister said it's bedtime.
Yeah,
So
gotta
we're
go to
wrapping
bed.
it up. It is a half hour. Sorry, Gavin, you get extra sleep tonight. You had a busy 2 weeks, so we
Yeah,
should
you
have
need
wrapped
to
it up in
sleep.
5 minutes. And then after he's in bed, we could have got back. And then Gavin like keeps asking questions to get me talking. He wants me to chat. He doesn't want to go to
Yeah.
bed. And he's no dummy too, because
He's got it figured.
yeah, Gavin asked if I'd take him on a ride to go see some cool churches in Texas. So we're gonna look up some old school churches in Texas and go for that ride. So, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, this kid is so smart. Like, he's always a step ahead of whatever I go on. I feel like he should be a lawyer because I feel like I get manipulated to go on rides, and he's like slowly talking me into stopping for ice cream or going for do whatever or
He
whatever.
has something in mind.
Yeah, exactly. Like right now, as I'm talking about these churches he wants us to take him to see, he's thinking about what he's going to ask me next, so we get to bed. So before that, I'm
He's
just going
ahead of you.
to. So good night, Gavin. You get to go to bed, and that's that. He gets to go anywhere. It doesn't even have to be in Texas. See what I mean? So I'm just going to take you to one church in Cibolo, and then that's it. And I'll bring you back home, put you in bed. So that'll be good. So yeah, exactly. And all the kids do that. The kids are so damn smart. I'm not sure. Like, we spend our lifetime think we're teaching them, and it's really just a lifetime of them teaching us that they were in charge. We just didn't know it. That's awesome. We'll see you later, Misty. I won't see you in Minnesota, but I'll see you maybe
That's
back
fine.
here in a couple months. But anyhow,
Sounds good.
everybody else, thanks for watching. Thanks for following. Share our stuff. Get that geo hunt out to people. Dylan, I thank you. Thanks for getting this all good to go, and we'll catch up with everybody later. Peace.
Have a good night.